Hi guys, welcome to another episode of The Armourer's Bench. I hope you're all doing well. As many of us around the world are cooped up with lockdowns because of the coronavirus pandemic, I thought today I'd put together a walk around video that I filmed at Donnington Castle on a lovely sunny day last summer. Think of it as a virtual stroll with some history thrown in. So this video will be a little bit of history and then a look at what is left of the castle itself. Donnington Castle in Berkshire is sited on top of a hill overlooking the River Lambourne, a mile north of Newbury. It was built by its original owner, Richard Aberbury the Elder, under a licence granted by King Richard II in 1386. The castle was designed as a fortified residence, with a rectangular enclosure with a 3-storey round tower at each corner. The gatehouse is the only part remaining of the castle, and is a 3-storey rectangular building with 2 4-storey round towers flanking the entrance gate. The castle's walls probably enclosed a hall, kitchens, storerooms, and accommodation for guests, with the main quarters being in the gatehouse keep. Today there's not much left other than the foundations which outline where the walls once were. As we walk around what would have been the courtyard, we come to the part of the wall opposite the gatehouse. This bows out slightly between 2 corner towers. There we can see the footprints of the southwestern round tower and the southern rectangular tower at the centre of the south wall. While not as large or elaborate as some castles, it's still an imposing sight. Both King Henry VIII and Queen Elizabeth I visited the castle during the Tudor period. Interestingly, the castle didn't actually see action until the 1640s and the outbreak of the English Civil Wars. While the castle had actually been owned by a parliamentarian family, the Royalists took over the castle in 1643 and began fortifying it. Sir John Boys set about building an elaborate star fort around the original medieval castle. He built a set of angular Tracy-Italian fortifications at a considerable cost of around £1,000. The castle's new defences included 4 new bastions, with emplacements for cannon, ditches and a palisade wall. This artist's impression illustrates quite nicely what the fortifications might have looked like. This 18th century map also gives us an idea of the earthworks layout. Royalist forces at the fort initially numbered around 200 men and 4 cannon. The Second Battle of Newbury was fought within sight of the castle in October 1644, and after the battle the castle's defences were reinforced by a number of large guns left behind by King Charles's retreating forces. The castle was attacked numerous times during the war, and the castle had to be relieved twice by Royalist forces, but in March 1646 the final siege began, and with no hope of relief the garrison was forced to surrender. The castle was badly damaged during the siege, with the walls and outer towers hardest hit. As with so many other castles of the period, Parliament voted to demolish it, and only the gatehouse was left standing. Today it's a protected monument, and up on the hill is still an impressive sight. With the rear of the gatehouse gone, we can see the various doors, fireplaces and joist holes where rooms would have been. We can see where some of the siege damage has been patched with later brickwork. Here we can see inside the gatehouse entrance with a vaulted ceiling and 2 portcullises. The layout and elaborate cornicing of the ceiling of the gatehouse again indicates that this was a castle built with residential purposes in mind. The imposing 4-storey gatehouse is largely intact, and we can see here the short projecting walls either side of the gate, as well as some of the areas where brick has been used to fill in the siege damage. Here's another look at some of the remains of the outer walls. Let's take a look at where some of the original 17th century earthworks would have been. It's very difficult to make out their outline, with the grass being so long, but it is a really beautiful view.
So that point down there would have been the main redoubt over the approach road.
The ground around the castle falls away steeply on all sides.
May not look like much. This used to be one of the corner bastions dug out. Up to that corner, around by those trees. And this is the point of the bastion. I suspect just around here.
If we take a stroll down the original road past the castle, from Newbury in the south, we get an idea of just how high the bastions rose.
Rearmost redoubt, which is just here, with the castle being just there. And this about here is the point of the redoubt, just there. You can see the remains of the ditch, which would have been about there, I think.
Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little distraction while we're all going through some stressful times, and I hope you're all safe and well. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.